Hello and good evening to Crypto News, today Tuesday the 25th of 2026. And the top crypto news is as follows. We'll start today's episode with the New York Stock Exchange partnering with Securitize, which is the company that manages BlackRock's new funds for a new platform. Specifically, Securitize will become the first transfer agent, allowing it to issue blockchain-based shares and exchange-traded funds or ETFs on the upcoming platform called Digital Trading Platform, which obviously is a platform that will offer 24/7 operation with immediate settlements, stablecoin-based funding, and blockchain transactions. Let me mention that Securitize currently uses these 10 networks to launch its tokenized products, with Ethereum having the lion's share, and the only thing I'm thinking is that whatever products it launches as a platform will be on these blockchains, which will be the first to benefit. Continuing, we'll go to Tom Lee of Fundstrat, who tells us that the multi-year crypto winter is coming to an end. Specifically, the president of Fundstrat, Mr. Tom Lee, highlighted positive catalysts such as the advancement of the Clarity Act in Congress and the relative stability of cryptocurrencies despite the recent turmoil in Iran as signs that the winter is beginning to recede. As he specifically said, many have observed that cryptocurrencies and particularly Ethereum have outperformed the broader market since the outbreak of war in Iran, with ETH rising 18% and outperforming stocks by 2,450 basis points. This is an indication contrary to gold, a traditional store of value which has declined more than 15%. Cryptocurrencies are proving to be a good store of value during wartime, as the president of Fundstrat says. Regarding his view on the multi-year crypto winter, that's his opinion, but regarding crypto and specifically Bitcoin, I'll say that it's an extremely good hedge during very difficult market situations. This is true. Historically, if we look at it on a 60-day chart when the market had very large crises, Bitcoin performed very well. For example, in 2020 when America and Iran had issues again, Bitcoin made 20%. During COVID, 21%. When Russia attacked Ukraine, it made 15%. During the period of carry trading, it made 24%, and now with Iran, it's at 12%. So historically, Bitcoin has done very well when the market has very large crises. Continuing now, we'll go to Circle itself, whose stock is down 20% on the 24-hour chart, and the reason is none other than Tether, which is coming. Well, what we know is that as Tether announced, it has agreed to submit to a full audit by an anonymous Big Four accounting firm, one of the last possible obstacles to comply with America's Clarity legislation, and this could make Tether a bigger domestic threat to Circle itself in the future. Well, not to hide behind our finger, especially those of us who have stayed and watched crypto news and haven't disappeared from the markets. As you all know, since Tether has existed, there has been smoke around it. Many say that Tether is not fully legitimate, that it doesn't hold as much money as it has, and generally that it has many problems as a company. If Tether is now indeed fully audited by one of these four major accounting firms and naturally passes the test, this means that Tether will be one of the cleanest companies on the planet. This will allow it to be fully compliant with the Clarity Act, which is the stablecoin legislation in America, and this will also open the path, Crypto News believes, for it to become a public company like Circle did, which is every company's vision, to go public, because then it will have a very large rise from the money it will receive, and this is what made Circle's stock fall, because if all the things I said happen, Circle will have its biggest competitor also on the stock exchange, and a lot of money could leave it to go to Tether, whose stablecoin holds 80% of the volume in stablecoins in our market, maybe even more so as not to understate. Continuing from Circle, we'll go to our currencies and see what Ethereum is doing with quantum computers. Specifically, a team of Ethereum developers started a working group focused on protecting the blockchain from future quantum computer threats. So they opened a website called Post-Quantum Ethereum by members of the Ethereum Foundation, which states that the new post-quantum team of the organization plans to implement quantum solutions on Ethereum at the protocol level by 2029, with solutions targeting the execution level to follow. So Ethereum will make its first major moves in 2029 to be protected against quantum computers. As the team says, they believe the risks from quantum computers are still very far away. And our last news of the day will go to Solana with its new platform called Enterprise, which has made a very impressive move according to Crypto News. More specifically, Solana presented a new development platform that aims to facilitate banks, payment companies, and other financial institutions to create products on its blockchain network, announcing partnerships with 3 major financial companies at the launch of its operation. This entire platform will be API-based, which is very important for developers and will make their lives very easy to enter this platform. The platform is structured around three basic modules covering the issuance of digital assets, payment orchestration, and transactions, although the transaction module is not expected to go live until later this year. And these three major players who are the first users of the platform are Mastercard, Western Union, and Worldpay. More specifically, Mastercard, as we all know, wants to get involved with stablecoins. Worldpay is a payment processing giant, while Western Union specializes in cross-border money transfers. And all of these are the first clients of Solana's enterprise platform and will use Solana's network to upgrade their products. And this is obviously great news for Solana itself and its ecosystem. Despite all this, Solana's price didn't move from this news because the entire market is waiting for one thing that I'll mention shortly. For starters, we'll go to Bitcoin, which stands at $71,000 at the time I'm writing this episode. And let me also tell you that regarding gold, the correlation has reached 3-year lows according to CryptoQuant. As we can see right now, the correlation between gold and Bitcoin has reached minus 0.09. What does this indicator mean? This indicator shows us that when it's at 1, it means that whatever move gold makes, Bitcoin will make too, and vice versa. While when it's at minus 1, whatever move gold makes, Bitcoin will make the opposite, and vice versa obviously. So we're currently at minus 0.09, which is a number we hadn't seen for 3 years. And as we know from the prices, whatever move gold makes, Bitcoin will make the opposite move during this period. And speaking of prices, we'll go to oil, which stands at $89, with the price not moving much like yesterday, because as I said, the entire market is waiting for one thing, and that is obviously the negotiations that America is conducting with Iran. And as we know from crypto news, America is already trying to reach an agreement with Iran about the war. And America has already sent Iran a 15-point plan for ending the war. While let me tell you that Iran doesn't want to talk to the people Trump has sent. But Iran has also confirmed that it wants to talk to America's vice president, Mr. J.D. Vance, who according to reports is heading to Pakistan to speak with Tehran officials as the war in Iran continues. So the entire market is waiting for these negotiations, and these are the top crypto news for today, March 25th, 2026. Let me announce that the content you followed is content spoken only for educational purposes, and in no case constitutes investment advice, only personal opinion. Please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Your comments can help guide others correctly. Stay well, everyone. Have a good day.